everybody. I am running just a tad behind today. Let me get up my comments. I gotta turn down the sound to the other tablet. There we go. Hello, Paula. How are you, my dear friend? Congratulations. Thanks for getting a hold of me so soon on your new baby. Congratulations. And we have no music today because me, the meathead, forgot to charge it. So, and I forgot my rings today. I want to quote that. I want to say this. This is by William Styron. I hope I did his name justice. Awesome. A great book should leave you with many experiences and slightly exhausted at the end. You live several lives while reading it. That is so true, isn't it? So true. And the reason it's true is because when you get immersed into an awesome book, you want more. You want to keep reading. You can't wait to find out what's going to happen in the next chapter. So you're basically living what that character in the book is also living. So it makes it that much more awesome. So that's what I love about that. Love that saying. It's in my book I bought for our book club, our favorite books, a book club journal. So we can keep track of everything we read, what we're doing. And it has been a busy morning for me, y'all. Let me tell you. It has been a super busy morning. I do want to wait and give some of the others time to come in. Even though I was a tad late coming on, I hope if they stop by, they'll stop back in. And we are going to get started. And we have our attendees so far. Let's write who we have so far. We have myself, the host, and Paula K. In case you're wondering, she did change her name just to Paula K. I love it. And so far, that's who we have. We are waiting for, I hope, our Deidre's Hobby and Lupus Life, and Elsa, the Bargain Hunter. We are waiting for them. Hello, how are you today, this fine Wednesday? And welcome into our book club. We are going to get started. We are currently reading on Wednesday nights at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time, y'all. We are reading Debbie McComber's Starting Now, a Blossom Street novel. So if you are just joining, you can always go to our playlist, Back to Blossom Street, and you will catch up on the chapters. We are already in progress. Okay, you guys, the votes are in. We did vote, and I'm going to put it right here down at the bottom. We voted for the thriller and the book. If you missed the vote, I'm so sorry, but the thriller that won the vote is The Housemaid. That is what we are reading next. An awesome thriller. And this thriller is by Frida McFadden. Excellent author. So The Housemaid is our next book. And we will most likely be starting that sometime in April. Hello, Alicia. How are you? Welcome to the book club. This is the New York Times bestseller From behind closed doors, she sees everything. And why I voted myself for this book is because what she says at the end right here. But I reassure myself, the Winchesters don't know who I really am. They don't know what I'm capable of. And so, yeah, that caught my attention. And what else I like about this thriller, it's an easy read, and it's not the gory type. It's just your mind thriller. And I love mind thrillers. I really do. So that is going to be our next book. That is the winner. And I will put that right up there. Now, if Alicia and Hanika are going to stay, I will write your name. Let me know by a thumbs up if you both are going to stay, or just say hi, so I can put you in our attendees list, and you can join the book club and get your book club package. You must be 18 and older, and email me at tzedstyle@gmail.com, and in the subject write join club and send your address, and I will send out your book club package. So the vote is in, like I said, for the thriller, and I got that filled out. And the current read is starting now with Debbie McComber. It's an other nonfiction. Awesome, awesome. And let's turn our page. And I do have some questions for you guys today. And I do have our favorite characters. If you have a favorite character and it is not written down in the book, please put it in the comments and I will write it in for you. Paula's favorite character is Ava. My favorite character is Libby. And I do believe Dee, I think Dee chose Ava too. Let me look back here. I think she chose, I'm pretty sure Dee chose Ava, but I don't want to write it in until I hear from Deidre. So we'll just wait on that. Okay, let's put our, you guys had just a small little bit of homework last week. And I got mine done, and Paula got hers done. And I'm going to read Paula's first. The homework was, close your eyes for a few minutes. Close your eyes for a few minutes, and then open them and write what you've seen. Write what you've seen when you closed your eyes. And Paula wrote, what I had seen was a blue sky and the clouds starting to roll in for a bad storm. Coming up and seeing my husband coming back to me, safe, for the first few minutes of a bad storm coming in, and my mother standing there watching as the clouds rolled in. And when my husband started to go back, my cat had raised his back and hair standing up all over him. Very good, Paula. I'm going to write her name on here so I don't forget. Paula K. That is awesome. That is something great that you've seen in your head as you closed your eyes. All right. Now I'm going to read mine, y'all. Just simple little homeworks. Close your eyes. What do you see? When I closed my eyes, I could see an ocean. I can hear the waves lapping against the shore. There is a cabin just a little way up the land, close to the ocean. I see a person standing and waving. My heart fills with joy as I recognize my mom. And that is what I saw for that few minutes. And I think I saw it so vividly because my mom sure loved the ocean. She loved the blue sky. She loved the sunshine. She loved the ocean. And she loved staying at the cabin. And I could clearly see all of that in my mind's eye when I closed my eyes for a few minutes. What an awesome memory in my heart. All right, so let's go to our this one is going to not only test your writing, but it's also going to help you with your creative. Thank you, Paula. I appreciate that. All right, your homework for next Wednesday is describe your absolute least favorite thing to do and why is it so terrible. That is next week's paragraph. You are going to write, describe your absolute least favorite thing to do and why is it so terrible. And then you are going to send your paragraph to tzedstyle@gmail.com and turn in your simple paragraph. And I just want a simple paragraph. Not only does it help you with your creativity, guys, for doing crafts and everything, it also helps with your writing. Don't be afraid to write. Don't be afraid to do a paragraph. Not everyone is going to like it. So what? You do it for you, for your abilities, your creativity. And then just turn it into me so we can share it in our book club. That is so much fun. All right. We are still missing Deidre. And can somebody go over? I forgot. I was so busy. Paula, if you could go ahead and text Deidre on Instagram that we are live right now, I would appreciate it. Let her know that we are live. I told her I would get a hold of her 10 minutes ahead of schedule, and I have been busy clear up until I was even a few minutes late coming in. Thank you, Paula. All right, give me a minute, guys. I'll be right back. I got to check something. All right, I thought I heard my dogs barking. I'm waiting on the postman to come in. He's supposed to come in and bring a package today, and I don't want to miss him. So I was, maybe it's just in my head because I want to hurry up and get the package. Okay. Now, as soon as Paula lets me know that she got a hold of Dee, I will go ahead and get started. We have several questions about our book. In the meantime, while we're waiting on Paula, I want to talk about our next book that we'll be reading. The New York Times best-selling book, The Housemaid by Frida McFadden. Oh my gosh, this is going to be such an awesome book. And if you didn't get to hear the insert, the video, it's up near the top of my videos for the book club. You can hear each insert for this book and the others that we had to vote on. And I needed to end the vote because we are almost through Debbie McComber. So I didn't want to have to hurry up and put the vote in. I wanted to make sure we ended the vote before we got started. All right, now here's the first question. If you have missed your book club live and you do want to join and you get your email in, go ahead and answer these questions in the same email if you want to, or in the comments down. Thank you, Paula. Thank you so much. Okay, the first question that I had come up with, y'all, Libby and Robin, how many of you are happy that the friendship held true? I know I am. I could not see a friendship of that many years ending over one mistake on Libby's part. I was so happy when we read that chapter and the two girls started talking again and their friendship held true. I'm happy they're still friends. Yes, Paula, I am so happy. And the second question, do you think Libby did, now this is going to be a heavy question, y'all. Do you think Libby did the right thing by letting Philip go? And we all know who Dr. Philip Stone is. Did she do the right thing by letting Philip go? I personally, this is my opinion, no. I don't think she should have done that. Yes, she did need to focus more. Yes, she needed to get herself together and find that happy medium between getting a job and giving Philip time. Now, if you remember, Philip is a workaholic also. So he understands that life of being a workaholic. And I just feel, had she sat him down and told him that she only needed to focus for a little while, maybe see each other once a week until she gets her back on her feet. But I think she also, Libby, also knows that she did the wrong thing, because we read in the last chapter, we had read how Libby was kind of regretting what she did. So even in her own heart of hearts, she knows she shouldn't have let Philip go. So I'm kind of wondering where that situation is going to go. Now, the third question I had in this and would like to discuss with everyone is, with her savings dwindled, is it wise for Libby to start her own law practice? Now, we have read in the last several chapters how Libby's savings account has dwindled and dwindled, and by her messing up that interview, it will cost her finances a hit. So, that's a hard one, because I know how I am. And of course, Paula said, let's see, nope, that was her answer. No, she did not. That was her answer to letting Philip go. Let me know what you think, either in the comments below or right now in the live. Is she being wise starting her own law practice? It's hard to say, because in the chapter they didn't really specify where her savings were at, but they did let us know in the storyline that her finances were going to take a hit. Not only that, that they were low. So she is definitely going to need help. And that leads me right into question 4. Tell me, if she wants to start her law practice, let her do it. But otherwise, she needs to get... That is so true, Paula. She does need to get another job. The thing is, jobs are hard to come by what we're reading. So maybe starting her own practice with, if you remember the lady from the other law practice who fired them, if she gains her, that will get her by and help her get her practice started. So it really is a hard question to answer at this point, but it's worth looking into later on. So that leads me right into question 4. Do you feel Robin's encouragement is true? Now, if you remember the very last chapter we read, Robin was encouraging her, yes, that's a good idea. Start your own law firm. I want to say yes, because they have been friends, and I am going to put my yes, where's that discussion? Right here. I am going to put yes for Robin. And the reason I'm writing it in is so I remember that the friendship has been a long time. And yes, they had one little hiccup when Libby messed up the interview, but I don't think that is enough that Robin's encouragement and intentions would not be true. So I am going to write that in our book so I remember that. Because we'll come back to that later on, I bet. We'll see what happens. Was it wise for Lydia to visit Ava's grandmother? That is a hard, anybody put in that position. This is a 13-year-old girl we're talking about who got herself pregnant. And she knows her grandmother better than Lydia or anyone else. So was it wise for Lydia to visit Ava's grandmother? Paula says, I say yes, because for one, she can get somebody to go in to be with her, Edward, somebody to go in with her. Other words, be possible. Okay, I get what you're saying. I hate autocorrect, but I get the gist of what you're saying, Paula. So, because Dr. Philip, if you remember, Dr. Philip and Libby had talked with Lydia about this, and, well, Lydia and Libby talked, and she told her that Philip could see just by looking at her, she's in around her 8th month. So at this point, it's kind of like my back's against the wall. The grandmother needs to know. Somebody should tell her. And I think it was wise for Lydia to try to get the grandmother to see that her granddaughter is pregnant. And that leads me to the very last question. Can we understand why Ava lied when her grandmother said, "Are you pregnant?" Ava put her head down and said, "No, Grandma." Now, you got to think like a 13-year-old. Right there, she's put on the spot. Was it wise? No, I don't think it was wise of her to lie. Only because she needs help. She hasn't seen a doctor. She didn't even know she was pregnant. She thought herself at 13 she was gaining weight. She had no idea herself was pregnant until Libby had told her, "Are you pregnant?" And then it hit her, I could be pregnant. So, if we're thinking like a 13-year-old, in her mind, she tried to justify, I know my grandma better, I know what she's capable of, and therefore I'm gonna lie to give myself time to think this through. So yes, I can understand. She is afraid that she's either going to get tossed out of her grandmother's or her grandmother is going to hate her. Exactly right. Exactly right. That poor 13-year-old had so much weight on her shoulders at that moment. Right there at that moment, she had no choice. In her mind, I have got to think. I need time to decide what I'm going to do about this baby or how I'm going to tell my grandmother. And Lydia would have just got up and left and said goodnight, went home, and then Ava would be stuck there with her grandmother and the truth hanging over both of them at that moment. So I can understand it, but I can't justify it. Let's just put it that way. Understand it. Understand Ava. But I can't justify lying. Can't justify her lying. I just think sometimes it's better to just speak the truth, get it out there, deal with the repercussions or the consequences. Ava knows that she has Lydia to turn to. She has Libby to turn to. She should have trusted those women who said, I will be here for you. And had she done that, she could have, even if her grandmother told her to get out of the house or kick her out, she could always go to Libby and Lydia and they would take care of her and put her in the right direction. So it's not like she didn't have options. So that is one of the biggest reasons I can't justify her lying to her grandmother. She should have just bit the bullet, told the truth, got it over with. All right, guys, that is those questions for today. Now, since we are a little over halfway through the book, we are going to do our ratings for today. Character development of the story. A, B plus, B, C, or F. Character development. Has the characters been developed with each chapter? Are they getting more interesting? Are they developing in their character? I myself, with this book, I am going to give it an A. Anybody else want to rate? A, B plus, B, C, or F. Character development. And I am going to put the date up here because March 26, 2025. And A, exactly. So we have 2 A's as of the people. And if you put your letter in the comments, I will be sure to, that's why I use pencil, so I can erase and do it again. Development of the settings in the book. A, B plus, B, C, and D. And I'll say the setting developments are, to me, A plus, but they only have A here. They don't have A plus, but I say A. Once again, each chapter is developing the setting of the story, getting deeper, more involved. It's yes, definite A. And Paula says B. Okay, so we have an A and a B, so we will have to wait for some other votes. All right, how is the pace of the story? That is, the pace of the story is how well, here's how I rate it by. The pace, is it getting more exciting? Is it making you want more and more of the story? I say yes, A. Definite A. And I wait because I think Paula will vote also. We have A, B plus, B, C, or F. And I definitely say A on the pace of the book. It's coming right along. And that takes us. Yes, Paula says A also. So A it is. All right, so we have 1 A so far and 1 B plus there. And the writing style. Of course, I don't need to tell y'all. A in my book, that's for sure. A. So, I definitely give the writing style an A. It's an awesome, awesome style of writing. And I definitely will see what Paula thinks. She's going to put her vote in also. A, definite A. All right. So we have total average is A. Nice. So we are definitely in agreement that this book is an A+ book, y'all. A+. Now, if you remember in the book club before, I did my own book and we had to wait for it to dry, and I wanted to show you that today. And I did put a bookmark in here. This beautiful book. And I had to wait for it all to dry. And I do have a stamp. I'm going to stamp, not this page, because this is a writing page, but I am going to stamp on the cover page. This book belongs to, it is an awesome book. Yes, very true, Paula. Awesome book, and I recommend everyone to read it. That's absolutely correct. And if you want to make your own journal book, check out, I will go ahead and put a link down below in the description box on the video where we made our own journal book. And you can turn the pages. Now, I did not make mine cover long enough, but I didn't care. I'm going to write in it anyways. So I really didn't care that the cover was too short. So it does look a little bigger. And then I will show, that video shows you how to make your own journal book. And I do want to do some things in our book club in this journal. Now, if you don't want to make your own journal, you don't have to, guys. Just get a book and follow along on some of the things we'll be making with this journal. In the book club, we are going to do some picture work. So go ahead and save your newspapers, save your magazines, save anything you can get, your cartoon box, cereal box, anything that has something, words on it or pictures on it. Go ahead and save those, because we will be putting things in our journal book. So this is going to be part of our book club activities. And I have some other activities too planned for you guys. So be sure and join and be a part of the book club. There will be some private stories. Only book club members can read. These are stories by me that I have written or have published. And I will not show them publicly, but I will show my book club members. They will get a special video. So that is part of being many perks to being a book club member. And you will be in our book as a member, and you will get your club card package. And we meet every Wednesday at 3 p.m. Central Standard Time, every Wednesday. And then Wednesday night at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time, we have our book reading, which right now is Debbie Macomber's Starting Now, a Blossom Street novel. Excellent, excellent story. And all that we have read so far is in my playlist, Back to Blossom Street. So if you don't have this book and you want to catch up, go ahead and, oh, I lost my nail cap, I see. Well, I got to take them off anyway. I got to tell you guys, tomorrow, unfortunately, I have got a skin doctor appointment for my hands. You guys know I've had a lot of trouble with my hands. So we will be not having the arts and crafts on Thursday. I am moving that to Friday. So we will have arts and crafts Friday at 2 p.m. Instead of Thursday at 2 p.m. I have to go see the doctor. That's the only time he could give me for my hands. Hopefully I can get them. They're getting really bad, and I don't want to lose my fingernails. That is the biggest fear I have right now, is losing my fingernails. You guys know what happened back when I had all that trouble. So, and I don't know where my nail went to, my nail tip. But we are going to do my nail tips for the spring coming up real soon, but I can't tell you when, y'all, because I have to see what's going to happen at the doctor. But I do want to go ahead and move to the next step on the canopy bed, so that is why I'm moving that to Friday. And I'm so sorry I didn't have our music today. I will be sure and get that recharged and ready for next week. Until then, guys, I will see you tonight at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time for that awesome read starting now. See you later, guys.